Hunter, no problem. Hunter isn't problem.
So I'm going to win.
I was second last year. I'm trying to get that title.
Hi guys, welcome back with another complete update of Mr. Olympia 2023. We are just 6 weeks away from the most prestigious show, so let's dive into the entire lineup update of 22 Olympia qualified contestants. Finally, we have a complete physique update from former Olympia champ Brandon Curry. He's 7.5 weeks out in the most recent physique update, and to be honest, he looks very impressive, much sharper, and surely he's not messing around. But Brandon has been disregarded a lot from being a potential threat for the 2023 Mr. Olympia. But realistically, he has a top-notch upper body. He has obvious shortcomings, which is his lower half, but undeniably he has one of the best midsection. His abs, his arms, and his chest shoulders are world class. He's almost 41 years old and he has no sign of muscle atrophy or serious injury. I do think Brandon still has chance to be a serious contender and a threat for the title. He did knock out the reigning champ Hadi Choopan couple of times before, and he still can do it. As Hadi will most likely out-condition him, but Brandon has incredible structure, aesthetics, flow, beautiful lines and shape, which Hadi is not so much blessed with, and seemingly his main focus is to bring the sharper package this time. So let's see Brandon can take back his Olympia title or he drops down from the 4th place this year. Honestly, the improvement Samson Dauda is making is just unreal. He's one of the most improved bodybuilder for upcoming Mr. Olympia. His back shots arguably look very improved now, but there is a big concern about his conditioning. If he nails his conditioning, I think he's going to be unstoppable this year. He has mass with class, incredible shape and aesthetics, so it's going to be very hard for his fellow contestants to beat drier and crispier version of Samson with these astonishing improvements. 52 years young Kamal Arghani is qualified for 212 as well as for Men's Open Olympia, as he recently won Masters Olympia 2023. He has not yet decided to compete in Men's Open Olympia, but if he competes, he wants to be in the top 10, and bodybuilding expert former IFBB pro Dennis James also believed that he will surely be mixed in the top 10 this year.
I prefer top 10 at the Open for me.
Top 10, I guarantee you that. You would be top 10. I think he's going to make top 10.
It's possible.
Nathan the Asha is already qualified for the Olympia, but he's going to compete in almost all European shows this year, and I really hope after all these shows he will still have enough energy and motivation to bring his absolute best in the Mr. Olympia. 37 years old Nathan has been absent from Olympia stage for 5 consecutive years. So now eventually we will see him at Olympia stage in 6 weeks, as this year he's injury free and willing to compete, and he has the clear goal to be in the first call out in the 2023 Mr. Olympia, which means he's aiming to crack top 6 in his return to the Olympia. Canadian rising star Regan Grimes has finally qualified for Olympia last weekend in Spain Europa Pro by beating Nathan the Asha, as judges gave priority to his aesthetics and beautiful shape. This year Olympia lineup is very strong, so Regan will have to make some significant improvements, especially in conditioning department, in order to be in top 10 this year. People say bodybuilding is going in the right direction as aesthetics are back in the men's open bodybuilding. So Andrew Jack is focusing on his legs since he got feedback from judges after his Texas Pro win. This year he has made significant progress, and most certainly he will bring more improvements in the Olympia. He already knocked out Hunter Labrada and former Mr. Olympia Big Ramy, and this year we will see if he can knock out another former Olympia winner Brandon Curry. Andrew never had a complete off-season since his Olympia debut, so if he does finish in the top 5, he will have a full off-season without needing to qualify for the next year, and I think his improvements will be extremely impressive to reach his full potential.
For the Arnold, it was more like being conditioned, and we got that checked on the box. For this prep, it was more like trying to get that back, like come up a bit, so that's check on the box. So for the Olympia, heading towards the Olympia, I think the focus now would be the hamstrings bigger, the glutes tighter.
Hany Rambod has made major improvements this year, especially the conditioning he brought in his first show of the season. It was highly impressive. He is 7 weeks out in the most recent update, and most likely again he will have to fight against one of the most aesthetic bodybuilders, Andrew Jack. It will be technically their third round. First one Hunter won in Olympia, and recently in Texas Pro, Andrew Jack dethroned him. Now it will be very exciting to see them fighting head to head again in 6 weeks. Slovakian mass monster Michal Krijo is definitely improving his spot in the Mr. Olympia. I think it's safe to say he's surely in the top 10 this year. He aims to be no lower than 8th place.
Top 8.
Which seems very realistic goal after seeing his vast improvements in M Pro Show. He thinks it's hard to beat Andrew Jack so far, but he believes he can definitely beat Hany Rambod this year.
Hunter, no problem. Hunter isn't problem.
There is no physique update from Hassan Musfa since he had hair transplant, but he seems very consistent for his Olympia prep. Just 6 weeks are left and Behrouz Tabani is still unsure about his entry into USA. He is still waiting for the response from the USA Embassy to let him attend the most prestigious show, Mr. Olympia. He's also trying to ask help from IFBB Pro League and Olympia team, which means he has not been granted the spot yet, which he really deserves. So far, Olympia organizers have shown no willingness or interest to help out their athlete who has qualified for Olympia for 2 years straight. But I hope they are taking serious steps behind the scenes. Hadi Choopan has recently left his country Iran for the United States to complete his prep under the direct supervision of his coach Hany Rambod for 6 weeks until the Mr. Olympia. Hadi definitely has a lot of pressure this time to defend his title, especially after releasing his recent videos where he received a lot of hype from fans, but also he had to face so much criticism and accusation in the bodybuilding community from fans and experts for his lumps and synthol use. But Hadi will leave no stone unturned in his last 6 weeks to bring his absolute best package on the Mr. Olympia stage. As last year, Big Ramy was constantly sharing his physique updates almost every week. Surprisingly, this year there is not a single physique update from Ramy for Olympia, but he still believes he can be the last man standing. So hopefully Ramy is making significant adjustments to his physique in order to get back his Olympia title. Tonio Burton has amazing structure, flow and aesthetics, and he keeps adding size while maintaining his small waist. Under the supervision of his new coach, Justin Jacoby, he is 6 weeks out in the most recent updates, and he claims that this is his biggest, heaviest and leanest package so far. Antonio has clear goal to win Mr. Olympia title in the future. So Derek Lunford has just shared preview of his physique 6 weeks out the show. He definitely looks bigger and fuller at this stage of his prep, and I really hope he comes on show day as full as he looks right now, especially in chest, shoulders, arms area where he needs to be fuller and sharper. He's very strong in back shots, so with improved front shots, he surely has high chance to beat reigning champ.
I know I've improved since last year. I was second last year. I'm trying to get that title.
His waist is very small for his well-defined lats and wide clavicles, and arguably Derek has one of the best abs development. So it's going to be very fascinating this year to see if he can win the Sandow Trophy.
That's 10.
Is that really 10?
That's 10.
Nick Walker does not have beautiful shape, aesthetics and classic lines unlike Samson Dauda, but he has sheer amount of mass with very sharp peel conditioning, which makes him one of the front runners of the show, and his goal is to bring bigger and sharper package this year.
Every year, I literally get better. Conditioning-wise, I'm a little bit ahead. Size-wise, definitely bigger than what I was last year at this time. I really think I can win this one. So I'm going to win. I will be Mr. Olympia. I'm going to keep saying it until it happens. Once I win, I'm going to keep winning until I decide I'm done.
Nick believes he's being underestimated this year since Arnold Classic, as aesthetics are more prioritized in the men's open bodybuilding, and he accepts that he's not most aesthetically pleasing bodybuilder. He has bulky look, wide waist, but he's mass monster, and he truly believes he's going to win Mr. Olympia as he keeps making progress. So Nick is going to play his own game.
Because, I'm like, oh shit, I'm black. Yeah, I guess I am. And yeah, I'm not the most aesthetic. I don't care. Do I have a wide waist now? Yeah, it's debatable, but I know what my strengths are. I'm a mass monster. I'm the freak.
6.5 weeks out, Ross Flanagan is currently sitting around 250 pounds, and Ross and his coach Dominic Cardone are very promising to bring significant improvements from his winning show Cali Pro. They aim to bring more fullness with insane conditioning, which we saw last time in Cali Pro. Seemingly, Justin Scheid is giving more priority to his back to have more development and muscle density. As his aim is to crack top 10, he has to make some crucial adjustments before stepping on Olympia stage.
Like top 10, it's a possibility like that. I feel like that 8-9 spot is kind of open.
German bodybuilder Roman Fritz will keep competing just like Nathan the Asha. He is much bigger this year with his trademark crisp, sharp conditioning, and he's very determined and enthusiastic to compete in his first ever Olympia. It's hard to say Brett Wilkin will crack top 10 this year, but I'm personally very excited to see his much bigger and better package in 6 weeks. He gave a preview of his back development 7 weeks prior to his debut, and realistically he has put on a lot of mass, which reveals he's very focused for his first attempt in the Mr. Olympia. So that's all guys, thanks for watching and keep sporting.